scary stories.
Hello. For context, I'm a 28-year-old blonde woman, and I look around 18 to 22, or so I'm told. I recently went back to college for human resources, so I was on the train at 1 p.m. on a Monday to get to a 3 p.m. class. The train comes from outside the city, and it's super dead during the day when it's not rush hour. I got on the train, I walked upstairs but decided to go to the middle area. There's a middle area next to a bathroom because someone was humming and I thought it was annoying. The washroom door was closed the whole time. I didn't think anyone was in there. I was alone on the middle area with no one around me. I was sitting with my jacket off, drinking a tea out of my bunny mug with my backpack across from me, completely comfortable because the GO train is typically a calm ride. A man pops out of the bathroom after 5 minutes of me sitting there. He is around 22 years old. He has white fine line scars in the shape of a heart and a 3D cube on his head. He puts his hands on my backpack. I assume he's going to try to mug me. I think I'm going to punch him in the throat and run because this isn't my first attempted mugging. My body froze because his first words were, "I'm going to kill my father tonight, and I'm going to make you help me." He doesn't want my debit card. He wants to hurt me. I currently work in mental health. I'm used to working with people with homicidal thoughts. I don't scare easily when someone says their voices say to kill me because I feel like I have all the resources I need and the rapport with my people. I don't know this man. Immediately, I knew this isn't just thoughts or a case of being lonely and talking to random strangers. He's not seeking help from me. I need to leave, but his leg is blocking me in. It sounds like you're going through a lot right now. I'm sorry to hear you are upset with your dad. Tell me more about it. I grab my backpack. I know I look terrified because I just know this isn't good. He says, "No, you are fucking not. Because women like you fucking sleep with my fucking dad, you fucking bitch." He gets closer and corners me into the seat. He says he's going to make me help him kill his dad with a knife tonight because he's tired of pretty women like me always ignoring him but fucking with his dad, asking me why I do stuff like that. I feel terrified, and I realize that we are 2 feet away from a washroom, and I am scared he's going to try and make me go in there, and my body is just frozen. His face gets closer to mine. I scream at the top of my lungs, "Help me! Help me! Help!" And honestly, I didn't even recognize my voice. I sounded terrified. 4 random train people came running in. 1 man, 2 young women, and 1 middle-aged woman. One of the men asked me if I'm okay. The guy across from me puts his legs down and is screaming, "Oh, help me, I'm a vain woman. We're all vain and cruel, and I want someone pretty, not like him," as he motions to his scars. I bolt upstairs. I couldn't even talk for a minute. My hands were shaking. I have been in some scary situations before, but I was comfortable with my commute, not on guard like I am at work. One of the other men who came to help me sees that he is mad and still yelling. I honestly don't remember what. He tells me to run towards the customer service train and he'll make sure that he doesn't follow me. We press the yellow security strip before I get up and go, and the train starts beeping, but there was no security to come. The guy who came to help me found me later when the train stopped and told me that he had strolled off the train like nothing had even happened. However, two young girls who came to me had their phones and took a lot of pictures of him walking away and gave them to the police. I walked to the customer service train. The police came, but the man was gone. They talked to me for a few minutes and said that they know who he is because the scars on his face and because he did something similar yesterday, and they think that he might be mentally ill. The police officer didn't seem very interested in talking to me. They asked if I saw his knife. I said no, but it doesn't surprise me because he mentioned a knife, and the way he spoke was the confidence of a man with a weapon. They obviously do not care what I think he could have had. They explained that he slapped another woman on the train, and someone saw he had a knife out at some point. And someone had called the cops before we even pressed the emergency strip, but the customer service train guy didn't even know that. He only knew my story because no one else pressed the security strip and came running to him. I just want to say that someone with mental illness can be homicidal, but it's not a symptom of who they are as a person. It's a sign of how unwell they are at the moment. Not all people with mental illness have homicidal thoughts or are violent at all. I know very kind and wonderful people who have homicidal thoughts when they go through life transitions. These people do not scare me. Maybe this man had mental health issues, but this man scared the hell out of me. So I'm glad that the people came running to me when I called, and the young girls took pictures, because my gut tells me he would have done something if I didn't start screaming. I sincerely hope if he had mental health issues that they took him to a hospital so he's not roaming free. The worst part of this is that I saw a young lady between 18 and 20 years old crying at the train station the next day, and I overheard her saying that she cried and hid in the washroom the entire train ride to the station because a man scared her when she got on the train, and she had to call her parents to pick her up. I have no clue if it was the same guy, but I felt like it was possible, and it bothers me that he's bothering other women, but especially young girls who might be too scared to scream. It's been a few months and the police have never contacted me on if they caught him. He never actually touched me, so I guess it wasn't serious enough for them. It made me permanently anxious on my commute, and I never sit alone or take my jacket off anymore. I'm never really comfortable on the train. Scary man with the heart and box scarred on his face. Let's not meet again. I met this kid in middle school. He was pretty sweet. A generally nice but weird kid. That's fine. Everybody's a bit weird in their own ways. He was a Boy Scout and he knew some weird facts. I gave him the usernames on my YouTube channel, Kick, Snapchat, and some other accounts that I can't remember. He added, followed me on all of those accounts. He tried to flirt and convince me to leave my boyfriend because he was better than him and that he loved me more. I stuck to being his friend all throughout middle school despite our differences. He was also mentally unstable. I didn't think we were going to have classes in high school together. We had one, honors biology. During that class, he continued to flirt with me on the low key and tried to get me to go to his house so he could tutor me as I complained about my grades. I didn't do the work, but I didn't need the tutoring. I just needed to do my work. He was also kinda creepy, and I was counting down the days until sophomore year started. He had even purchased Overwatch for me and told me to play Mercy so that we could be the ultimate support duo and wreck our foes together. I played on PC with him once or twice, but I got sick of it because the computer I played on was shit. We had classes up until I learned he was going to move to a different school. Perfect. Now I wouldn't have to see him again. He signed my yearbook and told me he was going to Brazil. Perfect. Then out of the blue, when summer vacation had just started, he wanted to see me one last time before I would go on to be color guard for another year and have no summer. Plus, with him going to Brazil to visit family, I said, what the hell, why not? We decided to meet up by an abandoned park close to our houses and chat for a bit. I asked my mom, she said sure. She dropped me off for a bit with some money so we could hang out. We head over to the spot we agreed to meet at, and I only have to wait a minute or so before he rides up on his bike. My mom and I get out of the car so she can meet him. So you're the stalker guy that my daughter wanted to meet up with? Yes, ma'am. That's me. Mom, come on. I just wanted to hang out for a bit, like I said. Ah, okay. So what time do you want me to pick her up? 4? 5? Mom, stop. You're embarrassing me. I will call you when I'm ready. Hey, actually, I think I gotta get back home to pack. Nice meeting you, Mrs. Yeah, okay, bye. And like that, he rode away on his bike, fast, my mom and I watching him go. We got into the car, silently, and began to drive home, not a word spoken between us. Once we got home, she grabbed my arm before I went inside and held me by my shoulder. You said you knew that kid, right? From where? Jesus fucking Christ, Mom, I know him from school. Why? Is there something wrong? Mom stared a hole through me for a few seconds, and then she said, Don't tell your father this, but did you notice how he kept fidgeting and stuttering? Yeah, he was probably fucking nervous. His shirt had a snake on it, and snakes were known in the Bible for what? Who took on the form of a snake? Oh God, Mom. Yeah, your religion. Satan, and what about it? What did Satan do? Oh God, kill people. He's probably going to try to stab you. What? What? Really? You think that because he has a fucking snake on his shirt that he's gonna try to stab me? Because the Bible says that Satan was a snake? What the fuck is wrong with you? He was fidgeting because he had a weapon. Lord told me not to leave you alone because he had evil intentions. He told you to go to a nearly abandoned park to hang out right by a freeway. He was going to try and murder you and dump your body on the side of the road. Yeah. Okay, Mom, sure. You said he was going to Brazil, right? And moving schools. Cut off contact with him. Never talk to him again. He'll try to harm you or anyone else in our family if he gets the chance. After listening to this stupid bitch, we went outside. I blocked him on every single platform I could have imagined. Somehow, as stupid as my mom is, it all made sense. He was a Boy Scout, making him knowledgeable about all sorts of things. He browsed the internet and loved crime stories, thus giving him all sorts of ideas. He knew and discussed with me multiple times on how to dispose of a body. I was ignorant and stupid. I distanced myself from him, but he messaged me and gave me an ultimatum while in Brazil. Break up with your boyfriend, or I'll throw myself off of a cliff and end my life. I added him and my boyfriend to a group chat and tried to calm him down. He did, for a short while, until it started up again. We decided, fuck it. We blocked his account and thought that was the end of it. He made multiple other accounts and spammed us. We made new Kick accounts with very different usernames and moved on. He followed me on my new Instagram after I posted about it on my old one. He added me on my new Snapchat that I had made sophomore year. I wanted it to be over, so I tried to find the accounts and blocked them, with no success. He blended right in and was likely catfishing me without me realizing. I became more and more paranoid. I grew scared. I couldn't look or hear a name similar to his without nearly having a mental breakdown. I did not want to trust anyone, and soon after it began to break me down. I took an interest in knives, and once I turned 18, just a couple of months ago, I bought my first one. I feel so much safer with it, and bought an additional 3 along with a beautiful katana because of the fears of being attacked. They are my beautiful children, all good girls and boys. About 2 weeks ago, my boyfriend flew out from the opposite side of the US to come to my prom. We got fancied up, looked nice, and headed out. We got to the venue, and we were waiting for 2 of my friends and one of their boyfriends. When I see him, I paused for a moment before realizing that I'm with my boyfriend in a public space with camera and security guards all around me. One small move and I'll scream. We make eye contact, but he was more focused on his date, a fellow ex-guard member. My old friend and I chat for a bit, then I ignore him. So, to my stalker who wanted to stab me to death, let's not meet again, and please, don't stab me if you find me. If you're new, go ahead and hit the like button and subscribe to my channel, as it really helps me out. And if you are already subscribed, welcome back and thank you for subscribing.